Time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Thursday, January the 12th, 2023. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Food Restaurants. C.E. Grant, 88, of Muleshoe, died on Sunday, January the 8th in Lubbock. He was born March the 8th, 1934 in Gatesville, Texas, to Cullen Edward and Maud Eliza Pierce Grant. C was the youngest of 9 siblings. He graduated from high school and was drafted into the Army. He was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where he served as a forward artillery observer from 1955 to 1957. After he was discharged, C.E. worked for Moss Gordon Lint Cleaner Company. He traveled all over the western United States installing the first lint cleaners in various cotton gins. He met Sharon Middlebrooks in 1961 in Lubbock, and they were later married in Lubbock on March the 1st, 1963. They made their home at West Camp in 1964. C.E. was a partner and manager of the Beck Gin from 1964 to 1986 and farmed cotton, corn, and Milo in the West Camp area from 1965 until 2009. He served 24 years as a Bailey County Commissioner for Precinct 2. C.E. and Sharon moved into Muleshoe and their family in 1987. He was always looking for ways to be active in the community. He helped take care of the local RV park. He loved to greet travelers and tell them about the area. After retirement, C.E. ran parts for Raleigh Equipment to stay busy. He always was active in the community, from church functions, serving as an elected official, to even coaching some of the local teams when he was younger. C.E. was also a licensed pilot and loved to fly. He and his friend Bill traveled all over the world together, and they also raised a few cattle. He was a member of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe. C.E. was a lifelong Cowboys fan and loved watching football, even reruns. He's preceded in death by his parents, Cullen and Maud Grant, 4 brothers, and 3 sisters. C.E. is survived by his wife of 59 years, Sharon Middlebrooks Grant. He is also survived by his son, Kevin Grant, and wife Renee of Fort Sumner, a daughter, Laura Riney, and her husband, Ronnie of Olton, and a son, Clay Grant, and his wife, Brittany of Muleshoe. C.E. is survived by 15 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren. He is also survived by 1 sister, Myrna Gerard of Amarillo, multiple nieces, nephews, and other family members. A memorial service was held yesterday on Wednesday, January the 11th at the Calvary Baptist Church, with Pastor Jeff Kaufman officiating, and a private burial followed. Pallbearers were his grandsons Derek, Jace, Cade, and Jayton Ronnie, Rhett Grant, and Justin Monzingo, and honorary pallbearers will include his many friends and family. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests memorials be sent in memory of C.E. Grant and given to the Oneida Wagnon Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Please keep the family of C.E. Grant, 88, of Muleshoe. He died on Sunday, January the 8th in Lubbock, and his memorial service was held yesterday, Wednesday, January the 11th, at the Calvary Baptist Church. Please keep the Grant family on your prayer list today. Well, of course, we've taken all of our Christmas programming down from our website, MuleshoeTV.com. But this past Monday, you can find our live stream from the Muleshoe City Council meeting and their regular session for January. See, in its entirety, it's about 15 minutes long and has several interesting things in it that you can watch on the front page of our website. Again, MuleshoeTV.com. The January 2023 regular session City Council meeting available on demand on our front page of our website. Also, of course, we have every Sunday the live stream beginning at 11 a.m. from the First Baptist Church, and that's available on the front page of our website, along with under the First Baptist tab, top left corner. You can find it in either of those places. And of course, all of these live streams also go live on our Facebook pages, Gil Lamb, and Channel 6 Muleshoe, along with our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our YouTube channel, Gil M Advertising. And then the City Council goes live on the City of Muleshoe's Facebook page as well, all simultaneously. Then on every Sunday afternoon, we'll have up shortly after they end the delayed audio services from Calvary Baptist Church and the message by Brother Jeff Kaufman, along with now the Muleshoe Methodist Church, as we've talked to you several times this past fall and winter about the changes going on at the First United Methodist Church, as they have joined the Global Methodist Church denomination and have changed their name to the Muleshoe Methodist Church, and that took place this past Sunday. So don't be confused. That is still the same church. They've just changed their names and changed their name and affiliated with a different denomination from the United Methodist Church to the Global Methodist Church. And, of course, the name change is now the Muleshoe Methodist Church. You can hear this past Sunday's worship service in its entirety, along with the message Fallen Nature by Bob Donnelly. He fills in every so often, but the regular minister that is there 90% of the time is David Maccabee, and you can see his sermons also under that Muleshoe Methodist tab on the top left corner of our website, muleshoetv.com. It has the last 10 services. Then you can click next and go and see the next 20 and 30 and so on. Go back into the archives of all of these church programs. Well, congratulations to the Lady Mules and the Mules as they both beat Denver City in district basketball action this past Tuesday evening here in Muleshoe. The Lady Mules beat Denver City varsity 57-56, a close game, and the Mules varsity team beat Denver City 58-42. That puts the Mules in District 3-3A action at 1-2, as they lost to Lamesa, Littlefield, and then now beat Denver City. And the Lady Mules are now 3-2 in District 3A. Again, the Lady Mules beat Denver City 57-56. Both teams will be in action tomorrow evening on Friday, January the 13th at Brownfield, along with the JV teams. So good luck to all four of our varsity and JV teams as they travel to Brownfield, south of us, for Friday night basketball action and keep the winning streak up. Looking at the standings for the girls, Littlefield is squarely in control of the district now at 5-0. This is for 3-3A girls basketball. Brownfield and the Mules, the Lady Mules, are both at 3-2. Denver City is at 3-3 in the district. Dimmitt is at 2-3. Lamesa also is at 2-3, and rounding up the district in last place is Friona at 0-5. So the Mules in the hunt in District 3-3A action, and congratulations and good luck going on Friday night at Brownfield. Well, we just hated this past Monday evening to watch that national championship game for the college football playoffs go down the way it did, as, of course, we had our own Garrett Raleigh as the offensive coordinator there for TCU in that championship game. But, boy, Georgia came out firing on all cylinders and really shellacked the Horned Frogs. I think it was 65-7 was the final, but still proud of Garrett Raleigh. And if you did not see on a Sunday, we tweeted out a story that was published in Sunday's LA Times, a great story. You'll have to go back and find it for sure and read it all the way through. It's very interesting. I'm not going to read the whole thing, obviously, because it is a very long story, but we'll read a little bit of it. And this is from, let me see, his name is the writer. is Ryan Karchi, was in the January 8, 2023 Los Angeles Times. The title is Lincoln Riley 2.0 ? Garrett Raleigh doesn't live in his famous brother's shadow. And this is an excerpt from it. The roster was different, too. The town's makeup was changing. Gone were the stout linemen who grounded Muleshoe's wing T attack with Lincoln at quarterback. So as Garrett took the reins in 2006, David Wood decided to alter his approach. He called on Lincoln, who was by then at Texas Tech staffer under Coach Mike Leach, to help install the spread offense that Leach was popularizing down the road in Lubbock. There weren't many Texas high school teams running the air raid, but he knew Garrett had the arm and the mind to pull it off. It fit right into Garrett's hands, David Wood recalls. Then, of course, Garrett set all the records. If a referee hadn't stepped in front of one of Garrett's fourth down passes in the 2008 playoffs, with it falling incomplete, many in town still wonder if Garrett would have surpassed his brother in another way. And I do think that's a mistake. That would have been the 2007 playoffs. I remember that crystal clear in my mind, that play. Of course, in 2008, Wes Wood was the starting quarterback, and we won a state championship. But in 2007, Garrett was the starting quarterback. We had a great season. I believe this is one of the years that Littlefield was not in our district, so we met them first round in the bye district of the playoffs. We played them in Plainview. It was extremely cold that evening, and it was seemed like a little foggy and some ice on the ground and falling, some sleet maybe, and it was cold, and it was a tough game between the Mules and the Wildcats, just like it always is. And I do remember that play as we were driving there at the end of the game to go and win it. But Garrett's fourth down pass in the 2000 playoffs fell incomplete when it hit a referee that stepped right in front of his pass, and the season was over. Now, continuing with the story, but Garrett never made it out of the second round of the state playoffs, losing twice to Littlefield. So there you go. I think that those were the years Littlefield was not in our district, and we would match up with them pretty fast after we got into the playoffs. Losing twice to Littlefield, a fact that Lincoln may have brought up a time or two over the years. His path has been very different than mine, but I knew while we were at East Carolina that he was going to be just fine in this business. Lincoln Riley on his brother Garrett's path in college football. If either one of us has bragging rights over the other, Lincoln said, we've certainly never hesitated to use that. So there you go, a little excerpt from that fantastic story that was in the Sunday LA Times by Ryan Karchi. And of course, go to our front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, and go down to the bottom where you can see the Twitter feed there at the bottom, and scroll back to Sunday, and I tweeted out a link. Click on it and read the entire program for the entire write-up for yourself. It is not behind a paywall, or it wasn't on Sunday at least. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. The holidays means family and old friends returning home, and when they are here in town, nothing means Muleshoe more than Leal's Mexican Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard. The original Leal's, serving authentic handmade Tex-Mex food to the Muleshoe area since 1957. Victor and Debbie Leal invite you to bring all of your family and friends in during the Christmas season and relive holidays past with quality Mexican food that never changes at Leal's. For over 65 years, the memories have been made at Leal's. Do it one more time this holiday season. And everyone at Leal's in Muleshoe wishes you a very Merry Christmas and nothing but blessings in 2023. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center reminds you to get vaccinated. Muleshoe, for you, your family, your community, and for your country. And you can get vaccinations for the flu and COVID-19 and many more available in the clinics at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Call for more information and an appointment today, 806-272-4524. Also, they remind you that you can continue your recovery close to home through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. If you or a loved one needs more time to heal after an illness, injury, or surgery, the Swing Bed program at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center can help. Call the Swing Bed coordinator today at 806-272-4524 or go by the website for the hospital, muleshoehospital.com/recovery for more information. All available through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast. As we mentioned last week, we've lost our sponsor for the weather forecast beginning this new year. Also, we lost another big advertising regular account in last week. So we're not getting off to a good 2023 so far here at Channel 6. But please, if you know anyone, business, organization, group that would like to sponsor our weather forecast, we'll make sure that their message will get out and will be seen here in an audio ad right before our weather program on a screen ad that rotates on the Muletrain News and on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. And we'll also share it from time to time through our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. But please call me today at 806-566-5881 for more information about sponsoring our weather program here on Gillum Advertising Channel 6. We are desperately in need of a sponsor. Well, it was quite windy yesterday. It was the day before, but it got really heavy on Wednesday, especially afternoon. Our peak wind gust for Wednesday here in Muleshoe at the Muleshoe Mesonet Station 2 miles south of town was 57 miles per hour. So we didn't quite get to 60 like they forecasted, but we got real dang close. 57 miles per hour was the peak wind gust Wednesday afternoon out at the Muleshoe Mesonet Station. At the Earth Mesonet Station right next to Toke Plant, their peak wind gust was 55 miles per hour. Morton, 56 miles per hour. Freona, north of us, got 60 miles per hour. So did Dimmitt. Hit 60 miles per hour. Amherst hit 62 miles per hour. Hereford had a 62 mile per hour gust. And Olton had a 58 mile per hour gust. And so that is some serious wind to start. It's really somewhat feeling more like spring right here during the winter. Of course, we have no rain so far at anywhere in our area for 2023. That's about normal, though. You know, if you look at the breakdown over 20 years at the Mesonet Station, the driest months are always in the winter, and you really start sort of toward the mid to end of November. December, January, February especially. Rarely do you have a month that gets anywhere near an inch. It's always 2/10, 3/10, 4/10 of an inch total for those months. So we're starting it out just like it always is. I was very dry here in 2023. Looking at our forecast, we're going to be much, much calmer and cooler today after that cold front made it through our area. But don't get too happy. As of over the next 3 or 4 days, the wind will come back around and seem to get heavier as it goes on into the first of next week. Sunny, high near 55 for this afternoon on Thursday in the Muleshoe area. North winds around 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, low around 23. North wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the evening tonight. Friday, tomorrow, for Muleshoe, sunny, high near 62 degrees, so somewhat warmer. West-southwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per per hour. Mostly clear Friday night, low around 30. South-southwest winds between around 10 miles per hour. Partly sunny on Saturday for the weekend, high near 68, so even warmer. But we'll start to get a little bit windy on Saturday. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low around 43. South-southwest winds around 15 miles per hour. Then on Sunday, partly sunny, high near 65. Windy conditions with a west-southwest wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low around 39. Breezy conditions as well, with a west wind, 20 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts up to 35 miles per hour overnight, Sunday into Monday. So it just won't let go, even overnight Sunday into Monday. Then into Martin Luther King Day on Monday, mostly sunny, high near 61 degrees. Breezy conditions again, west wind between 20 and 25 miles per hour. Gusts as high as 35 miles per hour during the day. Forecasted partly cloudy Monday night, low around 38. Partly sunny on Tuesday, high near 63. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low around 34. Wednesday, sunny, high near 57 degrees. And breezy conditions during the afternoon on Wednesday. And that's the weather forecast for the Muleshoe area. And please, if you know someone that would sponsor our weather programming, call 806-566-5881. That's my cell phone, as we are in desperate need of a sponsor, as we've lost that sponsorship to begin 2023, and another one of our big advertisers canceled on us last week as well. Keep us in your prayers here on Gil-Am Advertising Channel 6. Of course, we mentioned that Mom, we did put her under hospice care last month in December, and she's being taken care of here at the home. But please remember Mom on your prayer list today, as well as she's under hospice care here at home in Muleshoe. Well, as Mom used to say, welcome to our world, Renly Drew Robles, born January the 2nd at 6:22 in the evening, weighing 7 pounds, 9 ounces, and was 21 inches long. The parents are Reagan and Evan Robles, and grandparents are Chad and Rebecca Bell here in Muleshoe. So congratulations to all of them on the birth of Renly Drew Robles. Well, coming up, the 1st of March, will be the Discipleship Now Weekend, the D Now Weekend, which is being sponsored by the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, March 3rd through the 4th. So if you want more information about that or sign up your child for the D Now Weekend, there are packets that are available all over the church at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, or you can call Hunter or Kelsey and speak with them at the church for more information. 806-272-4224. The D Now Weekend is entitled Perfectly Imperfect for 2023. Well, next week on Friday, January the 20th, we'll have the live stream broadcast of the 2023 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show. It'll be available on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, under the latest videos tab, on our Facebook pages, Gil-Am and Channel 6 Muleshoe, along with our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our YouTube channel, Gil-Am Advertising. It'll be simultaneously live streamed on all of those platforms. The show will begin at 7:30 a.m. that morning, Friday, January 20th, at the Coliseum, with the Rabbit Show. The Poultry Show will follow. The judges for both of those shows are Teresa DeSaltel. Then the Lamb Show will be the third show, and followed by the Goats, both judged by Lane Hell. The Swine Show will probably be after the first. There'll be a break, and then after lunch, the Swine Show will start up about 1 o'clock with Todd Gregory, the judge. The Beef Cattle Show, Rebel Royale, will be the judge, and then the Dairy Cattle Show will finish up that afternoon with Jessica Nolt, The the announcer will be Jim Daniel, and we'll bring you that live stream all day on Friday until it's over with. MuleshoeTV.com. Then on Saturday, you're invited out back to the Coliseum as they will have their annual premium sale for the livestock show that will begin at 12 noon at the Coliseum on Saturday, January 21st. Again, the 2023 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show will be next week, Friday, January 20th. It will begin at 7:30 a.m. and we'll be live streaming the whole day there from the Coliseum. And our broadcast will be brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Dell Oil Company, High Tech Automotive, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Irrigation Pumps and Power Incorporated, McCormick Seeds, Mohawk Auto Parts, McDonald's Restaurant, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Livestock Auction, WTG Fuels, 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Precure Electric, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Feed Barn, Lance Insurance, Randall Field CPA, and Bammer Seed Company. So join us next week on Friday, January 20th at 7:30 a.m. if you can attend in person for the 2023 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show. Then go out and support the kids in the show on Saturday, January 21st, as they'll have their annual premium sale at 12 noon. Well, Pete Christie's Lunch Church on the road will be right here in Muleshoe Wednesday, February the 1st at the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association Meeting Room, 610 East American Boulevard. The speakers are Dr. R.L. Richards, our superintendent, and the girls basketball head coach, and I think the assistant MHS principal, Coach Ammons, will be the two speakers. They will be serving lunch, which will begin at 11:45 a.m., and there is a charge for the meal. They ask that you please RSVP by January 27th to Muleshoe, Texas, MULESHOETX chamber at gmail.com. That's Muleshoe TX chamber at gmail.com. And Pete Christie's Lunch Church on the road will be here in Muleshoe Wednesday, February the 1st, beginning at 11:45 a.m. with the lunch, and then speakers Dr. R.L. Richards and Coach Ammons. On your prayer list today, please remember Terry Byers, Gabby Stone, Tina Costilla, Julie Cage, Bert and Larry Combs, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks, Carolyn Stovall, Ed and Carol Cox. I spoke with Carol not too long ago. Of course, they were longtime Muleshoe residents, but moved to the Houston area to be closer to their son. But now both of their children live in the close vicinity of Ed and Carol's home. They're in the suburb of Houston, so we're so glad that both of their kids now live very close to them. We are sad to report that Ed fell and is now in an assisted living, but Carol is still living in their home there in the Houston area. So please keep Ed and Carol Cox on your prayer list today. Kearney Scoggin needs to be on your prayer list today. Sue Basir, Dorothy Wire, along with David and Pat King. Remember Doris Scott and Ruby Green. Always keep Mom Megan Reynolds on your prayer list today. Remember Janice Snell on your prayer list. Please remember Robert Alanis on your prayer list. Rich Magby, Joby Claiborne, Dr. Claiborne. Terry Kemp needs to be on your prayer list today, as well as Olivia Barrera, John Blackwell, Tyrone Clements, Betty Ennis, Cliff Black, Tom and Linda Watson. Marjorie Morgan needs to be on your prayer list today as well. Cyrus Dell, Cleta Robertson, Pee Wee Estrada, Jerry Bruton, who's a new resident of the Parkview Nursing Care Center. Also keep those who've recently lost a loved one, including the family of C.E. Grant, the family of Peanut Hawkins, the family of Connie Alanis. Remember the family of Deborah St. Clair, the family of Jack Henderson, and the family of Lona Embry. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's. You can, free of charge, on demand, hear all of our Muletrain News programs. Go to muleshoetv.com, click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Join the Navy, see the world. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCEC. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Gus Fijak of Dayton has some foreign experience.
Well, I was born actually in El Salvador. We immigrated here legally in 1967 from Guatemala. My dad got a job with NASA through the Apollo series. We went to St. Cloud, Florida.
He grew up speaking Spanish.
Oh, yeah, we spoke Spanish, only Spanish. Mom, coming to the United States, said, you need to assimilate yourself 100%. Well, it wasn't too bad because we only had 3 TV stations back in those days, remember? And we wanted to know what Bugs Bunny was saying. So, yeah, we spoke English and only English at home.
He joined the Navy just out of high school. And because he played baritone, trombone, and tuba, he became a member of the Navy Band. He was stationed in Guam for a couple of years.
I signed on with a house band in one of the hotels. We spent 12 weeks performing with different groups.
From Guam, he had a choice of where his next station would be.
I'll put Orlando as my first choice. New Orleans has always been a favorite of mine, so that was number 2. And then I thought, I guess I'll go to Memphis or something different. Out of that, they got Yokosuka, Japan.
He was in the Navy 12 years. One of his re-enlistment ceremonies was conducted underwater in Australia.
We went about 35 feet underwater. Bubbles are going up. We just stood there for a few minutes, and then we continued diving, looking at all the different things in the area there.
Advancement was slow for musicians in the Navy.
We would have 2 advancements for 242 candidates, whereas my brother, who was also in the Navy by that time, it was a sonar tech, they had 100% advancement.
After his military career, he got a full scholarship to LSU to study music. He became a high school band director.
I've now taught in Louisiana, Florida, and here in the great state of Texas.
Gus Fijak of Dayton. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.